much, and I love you too. I want to thank Dr. Welcome for so ably presiding over today's historic ceremony. Let's give him a special hand of appreciation. Allow me to recognize my cabinet colleagues, in particular, the Honorable Eugene Hamilton, Minister with responsibility for community development, and my nearest neighbor as the member for St. Christopher 8. Give him a special hand. I want you equally to welcome Minister John L. Powell, Minister Mrs. Byron Nisbet, and Mr. Byron, Mr. Nisbet, Alex Nisbet, all in one family. Our Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Dr. Bernicia Nisbet, Ambassador Kevin Williams, Ambassador Tom Lee, of course, our permanent secretaries, Permanent Secretary Mrs. Janelle Louis Tafari, Rastafari. We want also to welcome Permanent Secretary Ron Collins and Permanent Secretary Osman Petty. I bid special welcome to Madam Patricia Walters, the CEO of the Cable, and thank her in advance for making Wi-Fi facility available to all of us here every day, 24/7. And you could log on now. You go into your settings and you look and you will see the community center there showcasing. You click and you're ready to go. All free of cost. I also want to recognize a good friend and a villager in CEO, Pastor Leader, who owns and operates the Grange Health Facility. Give her a special hand. I love her because she is one of our returning nationals who came back home to St. Kitts and Nevis, not looking for a job, but looking for opportunities where she could contribute. She was a well-trained nurse in the United Kingdom, and she came home and identified the need for care facilities catering for the elderly in our midst. Today in St. Kitts and Nevis, the top healthcare facility catering for the elderly is located right here in Atlas, the Grange Health Facility. I want to thank her and to thank all those who work with her to provide a tremendous, good, quality care to our elderly folks. I want, of course, to welcome all of you. And from the bottom of my heart, a special welcome to all of my constituents. Thank you very much for coming out. Representatives of the media, and especially today, we are being streamed live right here from this modern community center. I thank all of you for coming out. It's a real pleasure to be here in this community again. Indeed, Lodge Atlas represents a truly beautiful part of St. Kitts and Nevis. We gather here to officially open this new Lodge Atlas Community Center. In reality, we are doing more than that. Today we are giving the residents of Lodge Atlas and the surrounding communities a new beating heart, a fresh start, if you will, at resuscitating their communities, a center to which the residents can come to organize, to plan, and deliver programs to advance and improve themselves and, of course, their communities. And we heard that message coming from P.S. Lewis and from Minister Hamilton when they outlined many of the things that could happen right here. Permanent Secretary Lewis said that community centers should be the centrality of the organization of community life and community activity. And that is so true. That is what we hope that this building will represent. Yes, this is so much more to us than just a beautiful building. It is a place where our community can and must come together and grow stronger as a result of our coming together. The old community center at Lodge Project was not fit for purpose. It was not what this community deserved. It was not what our community expected. Some, of course, have said repeatedly, the old center showed how the previous government neglected this area. They deliberately refused to renovate the old center. Today we come and we move beyond that victimization and neglect of the past to the delivery of this modern, first-class edifice that will be part of our stronger and safer future. You, the people of Lodge at Liz, and of course, we incorporate Lodge Village, and we incorporate Borio. Indeed, we incorporate all who may come from anywhere to do good right here in our community. You deserve a modern community center for the future. And from all we have heard from Engineer Davis, this community center is fit for the future. Give a round of applause to those who designed and delivered this facility. Yes, I feel proud today because my government is delivering the best community center in the country to you, the wonderful people of St. Christopher 7 and 8. I am proud that today we are able to deliver this center. So soon after my re-election, I am delivering this to you. I am keeping faith with you. What a functional, multi-purpose center this is. It provides large indoor spaces for community use, an on-site parking area, which can also be utilized for outdoor activities of the type we are doing, and many more. At the old center, there was no parking space. Whenever events were being held, the roads were congested and almost impossible. And I'm sure Rosalind could give evidence in relation to that. We who participate in the Constituency 7 Domino League year after year know that the league had outgrown the area. This center, I'm advised, is so large that all 14 teams in our league can comfortably play here next year. So I'm hoping that Cubano and Calvin Farrell, the organizers of the league, have taken note. Our footballers also have a venue to meet, as do other sporting teams and community groups. Importantly, we have remembered the specially abled in the design of this facility. This center then is an example of your Team Unity government's commitment to inclusiveness. We are determined that no one is left behind. All people, regardless of circumstances, should be able to actively participate in their local community. That is why this new center includes ramps for specially abled persons. We want all people to be connected with their community. My government wants our specially able children to enjoy the blessings and the gifts of life. We are doing all that we can to incorporate them more fully in our society. Digital connection is also so very critical these days. And I think we have all learned this and more during the trying and challenging period of the COVID-19 pandemic. That is why this new center includes free Wi-Fi connection. It means that large Atlas community will always be connected with our island and also with the region and the rest of the world. This is one of the first community centers to be outfitted with free Wi-Fi service, thanks to the good heart and progressive mind of Patricia Walters, CEO of the cable. Pat, could you stand and look around so that the people could be more familiar? Give her a special hand. I want to applaud her good corporate social responsibility. Making Wi-Fi publicly available fits well into our plans for the digitalization of St. Kitts and Nevis, making more, if not all, of our citizens and residents nimble with ICTs, the driver of the modern economy. Our children and our residents without Wi-Fi in their homes now have access to broadband service right here. This is an improvement. This is progress coming to you, the good people. And again, I say thank you to Pat Walters. This is the second occasion in which she and I, in a manner of speaking, have collaborated. I remember many years ago when we launched our Domino League. We were looking for a place where persons could play their dominoes on a regular basis. We wrote a letter to Lime, Flow, the Cable and Wireless, all those names, one entity. And Pat Walters was the boss lady at the time. She came, she had a look at the site. She sat with myself, with Osmond Petty, with Palmer and several others. And she said, this is a good project. We would want to get ourselves involved with. Few people know that that building, which is now used as an exercise building, as a library in Mansion, was built and is really our Domino Club, made available to us by Patricia Walters. Let's give her again a special round of applause. I am very pleased to recognize that the center here will do more than build stronger and more connected communities. It clearly also makes a statement about our government's seriousness about keeping you safe and secure. Very soon we will be in the hurricane season, and I know the challenges in this particular community. Where would you go if something bad were to happen? Where would you go? You couldn't go in the old community center. There were problems at times in getting into the schools, and there was no other place, apart perhaps from Johnny Bradley's church, where you could have gone. Today, we have provided for that right here in this community center. And importantly, you have heard from the engineer. It has the kitchen, so you will be cooking right here. They have provided for water shortages by ensuring ample storage for the harvesting of water, and they have a 60 kVA generator right here at this facility. So if it's one place you would see lights, it will be right here at this facility. I want to again thank the community effort and the community thinking that went into the design of this facility. I want to thank Minister Wendy Phipps, who at the time was the minister. I want to thank Ms. Lewis, because they came over here. They said they were going through this grassroots approach, whatever that means in English, to determining the design of the facility. And I was saying, why you all are going through that? We know we want the community center. It is a process. So we allowed the process. Today I am pleased that the process worked well. So thank you, Madam Pierce. Thank you, Ann Wigley, and all of you who have been involved in the delivery of this particular facility. It has benefited from the input of members of the community, and it therefore caters to your needs. I must join the speakers before me in thanking my good friend, Ambassador Tom Lee, distinguished representative of the government and people of Taiwan here in St. Kitts and Nevis. This facility, you have heard, costs $3.2 million and more. 3.2. 50% of that amount, $1.6 million, have been received so far from the government of Taiwan. And I want to say a special thank you to them for this special effort. Thank you for your continuing support. And as I thank you for mobilizing those resources at a challenging time last year, in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, I must equally say a hearty thank you for your government's contribution of our commitment of $600,000 to assist us to secure vaccines to protect the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Let's give the Embassy of Taiwan another round of applause. I want to turn now to local contractor and to congratulate John Boy Construction of Lodge Village, now of Atlas, for building this wonderful new facility. Dwight Berry, congratulations to you and your work team, and an excellent job. Well done. You have built a landmark in your own community. You built it, John Boy, with love and in recognition that it was a signal project for you and you had to excel. You did your very best. And I and all of us here are so very proud of John Boy. You know, when the project started, and then he started and he was going so well. You travel, you came back. You would be amazed at how rapidly the progress was happening here. And then COVID-19 came and undermined everything. Lockdowns, no work, stay at home please, stay at home was the advice we give time and time again. Stay at home, director, for your own safety. And soon after we announced, in fact, even before we began the opening up, John said, boy, I wonder if they could allow us to do something. And it was one of the few projects that I see a contractor put his heart in it. He wasn't just leaving it for those who are on the project, the carpenters, the masons, and their supervisor. John was here every day supervising this project. And I want to thank him for that. When we did a site visit, he said, you know, I always wanted to do something like this. His dream was to be able to get a significant project and show the world what he could do according to Lucina. John has done an excellent job, and he now can boast that he has delivered a $3.2 million project, and it is of excellent quality according to the Public Works Department. I want to thank him time and time again, and he delivered it. And he did not have to go back to Public Works for $1 extra. And time, when you subtract the delays on account of COVID, and not $1 extra. That's a man you could work with. And that is an honest man. And I want to thank him, really. Sometimes on Sundays I pass here. Well, I have to pass here every day because my journey usually is backward and forward, country to town and town to country. And Sundays, I said, John, how you get it do? How you get it do? Because very rarely you have contractors appreciating time costs money for the client. And the sooner you give them what they give you to do, the better it is. They could recommend you. They could recommend you comfortably. And John ensured that on Sundays and Saturdays, work to be done. And work was being done. That is important. This thing that works stop at Friday can't work in the modern world. Every day is really is a day. It is how you use it. Saturday is a working day. Sunday is a working day. Birthday is a working day. I know a lot of you just say on your birthday, you're not going to work. But we lose production and productivity, and someone else has to pay for it. And when I asked him how he did it really, because it was a test case of what I understand from my history class way back then, when the message came at a time of riot in Jamaica, and persons had petitioned the Queen, the monarchy, for support. The response came. To my mind then, it was almost an insult. It was almost an uncaring response that the Queen would say, it is to their industry and creativity to which my subjects must look for their own amelioration. Many years fast forward, I have come to accept that as wisdom. Our people, our young people, our professional class, all our workers must look to the quality of their work and their creativity if they are to improve their lot. That is how we build a strong and safer nation. When our people recognize that they have to put real effort, when our people realize that laziness will not pay and will not bring prosperity, when our people realize that it is better to do honest work and get an honest pay, rather than to get a pay by other efforts. We build a strong and safer country when our people recognize what a fair day's work in terms of their labor. That you can't achieve much if your day is just 3 hours work and you figure it is a nice thing because you get off early. What would we have lost in time, in production, in opportunities? Industry, hard work, and being creative about what we do. So in commending John Boy Construction and Dwight Berry, I want to commend all those laborers, carpenters, tradesmen. Give them a round of applause. Who understood that the work day is every day. And you do as much as you can to push the work. That is why we are here today. So John Boy, proud of you. You have made your names, your name, and the names of all who have helped you will be recorded in the history of this place. When big jobs come, and I see George Gilbert is here. He's from our community. In fact, he lives close by here. I wouldn't say where. That John Boy, having set this standard of excellence, he will be invited to bid. What is important too, John Boy is not afraid of competition. Miss Davis, the engineer who spoke, said, 4 persons were shortlisted to bid. John Boy emerged as the best one when you considered price and the time to do the job. So when we have big project, please remember him. I want to see him get a project for $80 million. They get more people to work every day. Yes, it is timely that we open the center today. And today, of course, is a very important day. I don't know how many of you recall that 6 years ago, on the 16th of February 2015, you went to the polls and you took the decision to return Dr. Timothy Harris and your team, Unity Government. Yes, you made history. You said what some say could not happen, could never happen. You made it happen. So thanks to you. I will always appreciate and love you, the good people of this constituency and of my beloved country. Thank you for saying it was time for something new. Thank you for saying no to the politics of division. And thank you, Rosalind and others, for choosing the stronger and safer future. Yes, this center is an example of the transformation. Your vote has created across the length and breadth of St. Kitts and Nevis today. Your vote was a powerful vote. So I say thank you. All the things we have been able to do. The Island Main Road, the building of a brand new Mary Charles Hospital, this community center, the brand new health center in Tabernacle, all those things were only because of your vote. So I say thank you from the bottom of my heart. 6 years of progress in this country. You have been the wind underneath me. You have carried me by your faith. And I say thank you to all the wonderful people, including my good friend from Gingerland Nevis, Lucina, all decked in wonderful orange. Thank you very much. What are some of the things that are going to happen? Because you see, we're at a difficult time. And yet through industry and creativity, we still can create that better future. My job is to lead us from where we are now, this challenging time, to a place where again we stand tall and strong, safe and secure. My job is to ensure that there are jobs available for every boy and girl, man and woman willing to work. And we are starting to see some progress. The economy is moving from lockdown to a place now where every factory and the industrial estate is open, to a place where you couldn't go to work, to where the Carib Brewery now is doing 24/7, 3 shifts a day, and they're starting their own expansion. Just this week, really, Monday, the government approved concession for a boutique condo development in Bastia. Just this week, we approved concession for a new massive property development in Frigate Bay. I hope all of these things will get started soon. And we also, on our own account, will very shortly be going to tender for the Bastia High School and the Police Academy in Limekiln. This will mean jobs for our young men and women, the laborers, the plumbers, the electricians, the truckers, all these people, as we give a boost to construction in our country. In closing, I want to say that we shall continue to work hard to deliver more jobs, deliver safer streets, build bigger and better homes across St. Kitts and Nevis. Right here, the bank has built some beautiful homes for our people, and we expect soon, in the not-too-distant future, the National Housing Corporation will resume a massive home construction program. Yes, we are strengthening our federation after some 6 years of success. This success that we have had today indicates that the government has not lost faith. We will continue to work for you, and I do hope that when you come here, you will take good care of the facility. That you come, you be organized, you will be respectful for the persons who will be here, from the Ministry of Social and Community Development. You take the advice, you abide with the protocols for COVID-19. And I think sometime next week I will be here using this facility for one-on-one consultations with you, the people of this constituency. So my heartiest congratulations to you, the people, who are the beneficiaries of this $3.2 million investment in your community life. I am looking forward to wonderful programs emanating from here. Classes being put on to help our children in ICT, in English, in POB and POA and whatever subjects they have now. And that those of us from the community will come back, whether on a Saturday, Friday, or Monday, spend some time to help prepare our young people and give them the gift of education that could help them to reorganize their lives. So congratulations again to the entire community. I want to thank all of you for coming out. I want to recognize Pastor Benjamin for the work that he has been doing. He was born somewhere in this area, I was advised, and he comes here very often. We are happy for all those people who are giving back, and after today we hope that even more will give back. To God we give the glory. Thank you, and may God bless our country and people.